Trust me, play the intro. Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do. I'm having a great finger flick. You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Victory puppy Ziggy, this is for the Murdog. Oh no. Here buddy, let's just, oh boy, how are we gonna do this? Oh boy. Leafs win 6-3 over the Buffalo Sabres. How am I gonna get through this? Okay, well, if you watch the stream for this game, you'll remember that I had a voice for it, but it deteriorated over the course of the game. And then I didn't talk to anyone for a while. And then I tried to talk for Victory Puppies. And nothing came out. Which is a shame, because this game was unhinged. And I'm sitting there going, gosh darn it, that game was so unhinged and fun. Why don't I have a voice right now? And I started thinking, and I'm like, oh, I think I got it. From the beginning of if I go lower, if I go lower and talk calmer. Okay, this is just the way I have to talk for the whole video, I'm sorry. If I go lower and calmer, a voice actually comes out. From the beginning of December till today, I've shot 9 LFR videos. This is number 10. Let's just go back to December 12th. December 12th is a Thursday. The Leafs play a game, I stream that game, and I shoot an LFR for that. The next day is Friday. Friday is the Steve Dangle podcast day, and for the past couple weeks, we've been recording 2 episodes per day to bank content for the holidays. So Friday is 2 shows. Saturday, I do a book signing in St. Catharines that lasts for about 2 hours talking to people, then come home that night and I shoot an LFR video for the Detroit game. The next day, I go to Burlington. I do a book signing for about 3 hours talking to people in Burlington. Come home, shoot an LFR for the Sabres game that was that night. Monday is a Steve Dangle podcast day. We record a regular Steve Dangle podcast and an extra one. Tuesday, we record 4 holiday episodes. We did 4 shows in one day. Wednesday, we do a regular Steve Dangle podcast, an extra Steve Dangle podcast, and we did an LFR for the Dallas Stars game. Yesterday, I shut up. But today, Steve Dangle podcast, SDP VIP, we did the whole stream for this game, and now I'm doing an LFR, and tomorrow I gotta stream tomorrow's game too. And then I gotta do an LFR. I'm going to the Leafs game on Wednesday, and I guess I'm just gonna clap really loud because that's all I can do. So, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This is the best I can do, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep this more brief than I usually would, but I'm going to try to capture how insane this game was. First and foremost, this is the premise of this game is unhinged. You look in the crowd, it's not 50-50 Leafs-Sabres split. It's like 75-25 in favor of the Leafs. And if you're a Sabres fan, why would you go to this game? They haven't won in 11 straight. It's right before Christmas. You have a chance to rip off Leaf fans for 2 or 3 bills. Sell your ticket to some random Canadian and go enjoy your Christmas because your team stinks and you can make some money. Keep your tickets for next week when they go play the Flyers or something, but like, who cares? Second, Matt Murray is playing his first NHL game in over 600 days. I didn't realize it had been that long because he's been in the picture and he's been with the Marlies and he hasn't exactly been out of sight, out of mind. And he's been good with the Marlies this year, but he wasn't able to play last week because Dennis Hildeby was up because Matt Murray was hurt. And now with Stolar's out for a little while and Matt Murray seemingly healthy, he's back. So how did the game go? It was ridiculous. The Sabres were awful. And then their owner, Terry Pegula, came and met the team in Montreal and said the answer is in this room. Since that meeting with Terry Pegula, they've actually somehow found a way to be worse. The third line continues to click. Robertson with a great play in the defensive zone. How the hell am I going to get through this? He gives it to Max Domi, who feathers a beautiful pass to Bobby McMann. Drew, can you just put lasers and sound effects like on Bobby McMahon's face? There you go. That was exciting. He scored, And the third line keeps scoring, and we're happy about that. 89 seconds into the game, that's it. Then one of the wildest sequences, like I can't think of a time I've ever seen this. A minute later, the Sabres score. It's a pretty nice goal. But the refs start talking, but they haven't asked for the opinion of Craig Berube, who I assume would have challenged it, but for what? Well, it turns out right before the goal, they missed Chris Tanev getting high-sticked right in the face, might have even broke his nose, and the Sabres have their tying goal called back and 4 minutes in penalties added to the clock. They got a double minor. And then on the power play, Matthews scores. It's so funny. Like, he missed the morning skate. People have been talking about how he doesn't look right. And I agree that he doesn't always look right. He looks okay in some situations, but he's been scoring. And after all that, the Leafs get out of the first period up 2-0 somehow. What a heist. Second period, goofy. Less than 2 minutes in. Third line is out there again. Robertson gets sprung on a rush. His shot is so ridiculously deceptive, and no one expects it, it seems. Listen, you don't have to be the biggest Nick Robertson fan. If you give him time and space, and he's got the puck in a position to shoot, there's a real good chance it's going in. A better chance than, honestly, most NHL players. This play here is why you don't give up on Nick Robertson. Like, that shot is special. 5-hole before UPL even knows what's going on, and the Leafs are up 3-0, just running away with it. Why wouldn't you keep this third line together? Game 1 of the playoffs, they should be together. And then they stay out there, and like 30 seconds later, the Sabres score. Now, there's 2 plays here I don't love. Benoit should have been able to get it out, and Robertson definitely should have been able to get it out. Peterka, JJ Peterka, he's honestly one of the most underrated players in the league. He can shoot, for sure. You'd like an NHL goalie to stop that puck, eh? Yeah. So, not the greatest for Murray, and the second goal he's allowed in this game, but only the first one that counted, so it's okay. 2 minutes later, the Leafs get back on the board. Now, it's born from a Sabres potential scoring chance, but it goes off the skate of Zach Benson. Marner whips it up the ice to Bobby McMann. Bobby McMann, the sniper, plays playmaker to Domi, the playmaker, who plays sniper, and he roofs it. God, I wish I had a voice to talk about this game, dude. Maximum Domi! For this third of the season, goals in 3 straight games. Producer Hayden told me a stat during the stream that apparently this is the first time Max Domi has had goals in 3 straight games since the COVID shutdown. I don't know what Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was supposed to do with that, but he gets pulled. James Reimer gets put in. William Nylander feathers a pass to a diving Max Pacioretty, who, again, just unreal effort. Love the season this guy is having. He puts the Leafs up 5-1. This is embarrassing and sad. Until the Leafs kind of decided to not make it embarrassing and sad. 4-on-4 action. Mattias Samuelsson, who only had 1 goal coming into this game, he fires it. It rides up Bobby McMahon's stick, and it fools Matt Murray. At first, I'm like, oh, Murray's got to have that. And it went off a defender's stick. And it's okay. All you got to do is go into the third period with a 3-goal lead and win the game. Halfway through the third period, Owen Power scores. The assists on this goal were Kulich and Samuelsson. It was Kulich's first assist of the season, and Samuelsson brings his season point total up to 4. He had 2 points in this game. He got half of the points he's gotten this season in this game, which is basically what the Leafs did for Jack Quinn last time these guys played. Then the Sabres score again with about 3.5 to go with the goalie pulled to bring themselves to within 1. Except the Sabres didn't count on one thing. And that thing is Matt Murray, who hasn't played in the NHL for a long time, so I guess people forgot, has the best luck in human history when it comes to goal reviews. There was a game against the New Jersey Devils you might have forgotten about where the Devils scored 3 goals against Murray that were disallowed. This game, too, they do a flyby of Murray right before the shot is taken. They take his stick with them. They count that as goalie interference. No goal. William Nylander gets the empty netter. John Tavares picks up his 600th assist. Okay, my tongue is bad, too. He picks up his 600th assist, and the Leafs double up the Sabres. But it's like, who feels good after this game? Listen, a win is a win. I don't think the Leafs did their best. I don't think they tried their hardest. I think they knew. I think the Leafs were like, okay, we got the Buffalo Sabres. First half of a back-to-back. We're up 4 goals. We're going to take our foot off the gas here and save some for tomorrow. Like, I know we all want them to play great in front of Matt Murray in his first game back. At the end of the day, he's their third stringer, and they shouldn't move heaven and earth to give their third stringer the easiest time possible. They play a wild amount of games in December. Just ask me. I think these guys are tired. There's a lot of nights where they look tired, and they had a game that they ran up the score in against an opponent that is reeling, and they did their best to just hold the fort. And at the end of the day, they did enough. Matt Murray got the belt for the game. Was he their best player? No. Who gives a good gosh darn. It's a great story. It's his first game back. He has the opportunity to get better, and they're going to give him that opportunity because Stolarz is out 4 to 6 weeks, and the Leafs have a bunch of back-to-backs. Questions. Dave S., I get it. Ha ha, the Sabres are a joke. What actually can/should be done to fix them? That's my question, because we're all dying over here. Those of us who are left. Yeah, I'm not going to go ha ha ha, they stink. I mean, yeah, they caused me a lot of childhood trauma because of Dominik Hasek, but at the end of the day, the worst teams in the NHL always fascinate me. Every year, we find a way to talk about them on the podcast because how'd you get there, right? It's interesting to break down how did you get there. Because you might remember when we were doing season previews, I was somewhat bullish on the Sabres. I wasn't really sure they were going to do anything this season, but I do think they're building the right way. UPL is the goalie of now. Devin Levi is the goalie of tomorrow. You picked up a veteran goalie to be some sort of stopgap in there. All right, good, great. Defense could definitely be better. Clifton Gilbert is terrible. Gilbert also with the chicken poop cross-check on Matthews. I hated that. But dude, you got power. You got Byram. You got Dahlin. Dahlin looked great in this game. First game back. You don't have a ton up front, but you have reasons to be excited. JJ Peterka is great. Alex Tuch is a great player. Jason Zucker has been better than you should have expected him to be. Dylan Cousins. There's guys, there's pieces. I honestly think if they had spent to the cap, they'd be fine. They'd be in the hunt. They'd be in the mix. They'd be roughly where the Flyers are, which is out of a playoff spot, but not far away from one. I think Kevin Adams has done some good things. I also don't think, he definitely can't fire the coach because, well, he brought him in and he's fired a bunch of coaches. I think ownership needs to give this team license to be good. And it seems obvious that Terry Pegula, whatever his intentions are, cares more about the Bills than he does about the Sabres, dude. It's hard to dig out of what the Sabres are. People don't want to sign there, and they don't want to be traded there, and it's not because of the city of Buffalo. It's because the Sabres organization is a mess. You're going to have to overpay to get out of these things. Kevin Adams talked about, well, we don't want to do that. You have to. You have to overpay to bring people to your team. Hopefully, you get into the playoffs, and that gives people license to be oh, okay, maybe they're turning it around, and then you can sign them too. Because the pieces of the future are there. I see it. It's just not happening, and you risk poisoning the well. And I'm going to wrap it up here. A few games ago, Domi and Robertson were almost being outscored by goaltenders. Now they're the new hotness. Was it all just bad puck luck? Can they keep it up? I don't think it was all puck luck, but there was definitely a confidence issue there for both players. Robertson, except for the one play tonight, that was pretty bad. He's generally been working very hard and playing a good 200-foot game. Domi's doing his best out there, but it's obviously gone to his legs, this offense. They're both in positions to score, and they just weren't before. Robertson has that touch of death shot, and you never really saw him in a position to receive the puck and use that shot. If you're Max Domi, you get to look at your shot as an option again because you can actually score with it. That goal was nasty. Hey, it's a tough league and there's a lot of games. Keep it going. Speaking of a lot of games, they play tomorrow. So I'll do my best to get my voice back in the next 24 hours. Actually less because we have a stream tomorrow. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Honey and lemon and ginger and coconut oil.